Hey guys, Slither RC here at the garage of Rudeboyz RC. It's my local club here in Calgary, Alberta. I was actually just showing off a couple of my rigs for our president, Mr. KrazyJoe himself.
How you doing, guys?
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, and you?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. So, tell me something. How did this all get started?
It actually started with 3 of those Clodbuster trucks. One was two were Clodbusters, and one was a Tamiya TXT, which is basically the second generation Clodbuster.
That'd be this one right here with
The
that's
fall
awesome.
guy looking truck.
That's awesome.
We started out on a sheet of plywood in my basement. 3 of us hanging out, and we started on Thursday evenings. We would hang out for a couple hours. We made a chicken wire, paper mache, concrete mix on a piece of plywood, and pretty soon after it grew to what you see here.
And what we see here, ladies and gentlemen, is all hand done by members of Rudeboyz RC. How many members in the club currently?
I believe we're somewhere around 20.
That's actually pretty good.
We are one of the better known clubs around. We're not one of the biggest clubs around, but we are one of the best known clubs out there. A lot of that is thanks to DJ Medic 2008. He used to come here and do films. He hasn't been here in quite a while, but that doesn't mean to say he's not going to come back.
And I think a lot of people kind of hope that he does too. I've seen a lot of his videos. He does absolutely amazing work.
The invite is out there, so when he has time, most of you know he has a baby and a wife, and family is pretty important. So I kind of just stand aside, and if he gets time to come down, he'll be down.
Number one on the list is always family.
That's right.
And now this pile of rocks, ladies and gentlemen, we use it a lot. Every second Sunday night, we have our scalers, which is the trucks that you saw at the beginning of this video. But every other Sunday night would be competition crawlers. And we have one here. This would be Joe's personal competition crawler. Very lightweight, very high traction, lots of weight in the front. And what that does is gives a lot of traction in the front to basically pull the rig up and over. A lot of articulation, as you can tell. Almost, I would say that would be about 60 degrees, would you say, Joe?
Oh, at least.
Yeah. And that just gives mucho traction. That one is actually a very expensive rig.
So, would you like me to tell you a few things about this truck?
I would love to. I was about to, but your rig, you can do the honors.
All right. Well, we have en route Berg diffs. They are motor on axle, so there is one motor on each axle driving, independently controlled with 2 Tekin FXR speed controls on a Futaba receiver. I use a Futaba 4PK controller that I can control each axle individually, thus giving you the power to front or rear dig, so essentially shutting off one diff. I am overdriven by 2 teeth on the pinion in the front, so I have a 16, I believe, in the front and a 14, it's a 14 in the front and a 12 in the rear. Okay. So I'm automatically overdriven. I dial it back a little bit so that they're close but not perfectly matched. Give me a little bit more oversteer, if you will, to assist in climbing.
Okay.
Like you said, it's very, very, very high articulation. I mean, you can get literally just about twist the truck in half.
Wow, look at that. That's actually, he's got it at about 80 degrees, 70 degrees there.
So if you really push it, and it's a custom made chassis. I got this from T-Rex
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years back. Haven't really done a lot to it other than change wheels, tires when they wear out. I go through about a set of tires a season. I have in here Holmes Hobbies JP Custom Torque Master 35 turn motors. I have in here the one step higher than the servo you have, which is, I believe, the 7968, something like that. It's the bigger of the high tech servos.
I believe that one pushes about close to 600 at 7.4 volts.
That is the one.
Yeah,
I do have a BEC in here to make sure that my steering servo is at full power all the time. And I run this on about a 1200 milliamp 3-cell Hyperion battery, which I get locally at PM Hobbycraft. I do, as you do, support other local hobby shops as well. I do go to Action quite frequently. But other than you, I do some online ordering. Most of my online stuff comes from Asia Tees, Boom Racing, Top Cat RC. The names are escaping me at the moment. I just put some new stuff on my trucks. I have just got Pitbull tires on my Scalar rig with Boom Racing wheels. Top Cat knuckles I haven't installed yet, and the one that's escaping me, I can't remember the name of them right now. They were aluminum body mounts, but when I remember, I will text you the name and you can add it to the comment section of your video.
Awesome. All of these links will be in the comment section at the end of this video. And, well, no, not at the end of the video, in the comment section.
I also have a number of scale rigs. I have 2 put away in my trunk for trailing in my actual vehicle.
Yep.
And I have 3 other trail trucks that are here that I switch out regularly. I use some of them for comps, and I use some of them. Those are all class 1 trucks. And the Toyota on the far right of you is my drift truck. Haven't drifted in quite a while, but we're looking at getting a new spot, so.
Awesome. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful hobby.
It's come a long ways in 5 years.
It has. I've only been here for like, it was about a year and a half, I think we said.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of the videos that you folks at home may have seen on my YouTube channel, Slither RC. Has a couple of runs from last year's indoor series. You'll notice a lot of differences in the tracks from then and now.
We do change the track every year, so at the basically mid-April we shut down for the year, and mid-September to late September we start up. We usually start with a Scalar series first, and then we start our crawler series the week after. We run here on Sunday evenings, generally from about 6 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. And yeah, it's just a real good time.
Awesome.
I love the camaraderie of all the guys will get together and someone will break stuff. All the time somebody breaks stuff in the garage. The great thing about the Rudeboyz RC Club is somebody will always hand you that part. Doesn't matter what the part is, doesn't matter what the cost of the part is. Somebody will help you out.
I've seen comments on forums, Calgary RC and Calgary Crawlers, I believe, is another one. RC Spark Studio. This is a very well-known club, a very well-known track and garage that will break trucks.
Oh, absolutely. One of our biggest things is come on down and break your junk because you will find the weak links in your vehicles.
You'll notice, folks, one of my videos from before, it was from a run that we did last week. I attempted a first-person view. I know you've noticed it. I showed that to you after I did it. And right about this spot, right here on this amazingly difficult bridge. It doesn't look it, but it is very difficult. And I got a nice smoke show right in my front windshield. Rudeboyz RC, you will probably be hearing from him later on. He decided to blow his motor, and it was a beautiful smoke show. We always look for it. We always want it.
That's right. Carnage is more than accepted in this garage.
Yep, very much so.
The more stuff you can break, the more we laugh, the more we have fun. But like I said, somebody will always hand you the part if you need it. So,
yeah, one last thing before I let you go here, Joe. I know you're a busy man. After you said about mid-April you shut down the indoor series, we start up on outdoor competitions at that point in time.
yes, we do.
One of those biggest ones being the Scale Truck Challenge out in Whitehorse, Alberta.
Yes, this last year we were out in Whitehorse, Alberta. That's our second year. That's also our first time doing a venue in the same place. Next year we are looking at late July for the Scale Truck Challenge, and we will probably be going back to McLean.
Okay.
A little more centralized for everybody, not so far away from the city, not such a harsh drive on your one-to-one vehicle to get out there.
Yeah, I'm actually going to vouch for that one. That was my drive, that Lancer right out there. Going out to Whitehorse was an adventure.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
So we are in the works of talking about TTC or STC. Some call it TTC, some call it STC. I call it whatever the hell you want to call it. It's for me, it's about a week of real good times. I go out 4 days, 5 days early. I start setting up tracks. I do a little bit of camping with my family. And when the weekend comes, we run a hell of a competition.
I was at the competition this year. Unbelievable. It was an amazing event. And I actually placed a lot higher than I expected to for my first major competition. I placed fourth in that competition, so I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. We also do smaller comps. We do 50 gate comps at Blackfoot. We do no touch events at Blackfoot. We do some trail comps out in random spots. We've done a couple in Fish Creek Park. We've done a couple on at ORP, Beaver Flats. We're looking at doing what's the one just north of Airdrie, Big Hill Springs something. We're looking at doing a comp there this coming spring.
Yep.
So once we close out our garage season for the year, then it's not that we don't get together, it's that we would rather play outside. When the weather's nice, you play outside. When the weather's shit, you play inside.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Here we are for the winter.
And the winter is going to be, this is going to be an absolutely amazing series this year for the winter. By the looks of this track.
Which is not complete, by the way.
No, it is definitely
have,
not.
Probably another, I would say 60 to 70 feet of track going to be built.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking at a teeter-totter for this year. We are looking at a truck-driven trolley that we tried to get going last year. It just didn't work out. Timing wasn't too big. And I think we're going to work on an elevator. We'll see how that goes.
And that'd be absolutely amazing.
They're really tough to do, the specialty things.
Mm-hmm.
You need a lot of stuff to drive it and this sort of thing. So, but yeah, stay tuned and hope to see y'all soon.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Joe.
Thank you.
If anybody who is local wants to join us, just send me a message and I will give you the directions on how to get here.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Have a good day.